Listeners and viewers, I am at Capitol Hill as and when you know we are visiting here for the Modiji's visit, who is going to come on 22nd and 23rd. People are so much excited, and again I ran into Mohan Sapruji. He is a doctor by profession, and his wife Kavita Sapruji.
I'm scientist by profession.
And she is the scientist by profession. We were just discussing upon a little bit on Hindu phobia stuff. Again, we ran and talked about Kashmiri Hindus as and when he is Kashmiri. So we have to cover that seriously. There is no doubt about it. And here, Dr. Sapruji is here.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thanks for the introduction. Yes, my name is Mohan Sapru. I'm a neuroscience by profession, not a doctor. But I'm so glad to meet you and very happy to talk to you about any questions. I know you had questions. You wanted to talk about Hindu phobia in Kashmir. I think I can address the Hindu phobia part first, which is that, yes, we live in US. We have been seeing trends where some of the fault lines of India in terms of caste politics or caste controversy, as well as so-called Hindutva is being transported to the US. And it's a really undesirable development which is happening. And also there has been tendency on the part of some anti-India elements to project Hindu religion in kind of, I would say, a darker shade of it, or with the result that instead of people following the understanding, the depth of Indian philosophy, the depth of Sanatana Dharma, they are being given this picture about some kind of distorted picture which seems to be getting percolated to society overall. So yes, being a Kashmiri Hindu, I would be the one who would be always wanting to tell the American public in general and Indian Americans that we have to watch out for that, because that's how it really starts. And it has to be dealt with much earlier. And there's not much excuse for having Hindu phobia in any country, including in US. And I don't believe in any word that there's anything, something so-called Hindutva. Hindutva by word is just the act of being Hindu is Hindutva. We can't tell a Christian that you are Christian, but somehow your Christianity is supposed to be something that we fear of. It's part of life. It's part of Dharma. So I think it's proper education is very important for the masses. And I think more and more we are trying to work up at different levels so that people are aware about the pristine philosophy of Hindu Dharma. And I know the intellectual class in the US are always highly appreciative. They always talk about the pristine contributions made by Indian spirituality, Indian minds, and Indian philosophers. But the common public may not be aware about it. So I think we'll be all having our own, including media, to educate people that hating any religion is not something that we should be looking forward. I think we have to look much beyond this current or past baggage of history. We have to look for the future, and in the future these things shouldn't really matter. What should really matter is that what can you do for humanity, what can you do for country, what can you do for yourself, your family, how can you progress, what can you bring, what achievements can you make, how can you drive this world to a new different heights, and how can you make this world much better than when you came in this world. Those are the one things really people need to focus on. That too would be spirituality 101 for everybody. And I hope people from different faiths, people from different regions would get the message, and we can all work together for that, I would say, universal Dharma, which Sanatana Dharma always has been. Thank you.
When we talk about universal, and we are not that much strict and radical about our religion, ultimately Hinduism is facing this kind of situation. Do you think so?
Yes, absolutely. I think to a great extent it has to do with our colonial past, and what has really happened in Hindus or India. We all know have been ruled for centuries by Muslim rulers. Then we had this colonial system, British, and they have incorporated in our education system, so-called the college system, where Indians were taught in a very tactful way to admire anything Western and to hate anything so-called Indian or Hindu. And somehow with this so-called pseudo-secular education system, I think our generation, our previous generation, the future generations have been really deprived of knowing the essence of what their history is. They have been deprived to know the pristine beauty of Hindu philosophy. And I think as parents, I think we all share the blame that we really don't seem to put stress on educating our children about Hindu Dharma. And I think that's why you see, if you ask children of any faith, at least they will tell you what they should do or not do. If you ask a typical Hindu kid, they'll say, oh, we have nothing. I don't know anything. They say something sensible, I don't know. I think a great deal of blame has to be shared by parents, by educational institutions, and unfortunately by the pseudo-secular constitution of India, which doesn't seem to think that Indian students or Hindu students should be taught about the pristine beauty of their own religion, of their philosophy. I think that's really bizarre. I'm hoping that can be changed. We have to talk more about it to do that.
Thank you. Would you like to give some kind of message to Modi ji on how well you are excited?
We are very excited about his visit. There are a lot of things going on in DC. We had a unity march yesterday. We are going to have cultural program on 21st of June, then 22nd we are going to South Lawn, and there's going to be another rally at the Capitol Hill. Then we are going to have 23rd, there is some dinner plans and everything. So we are really excited, but I'm also proud that he has taken so many initiatives, especially in science and technology. His startup culture, vision of startup culture, which lays emphasis on the organic growth, like you come up with innovative ideas, which is very typical to rural India, and come up with a solution. That is the beauty of it, and that's how India is going to progress. And I'm very excited that he's going to have a lot of discussions here with people regarding businesses, opportunities, science and technology, defense, all kinds of fields. That's really, really good and good for the country. Also, I just want to thank him for everything, whatever he's doing. I don't know where he's getting the energy from. Whatever he does, it's working. And I think that is because of our Sanatan Dharma. I personally believe in it. And I think we should lay emphasis more on Sanatan Dharma, the way of life, which is going to propagate very well and brings peace to the humanity. That's what we want. Thank you.
I think she has spoken to all. I think the only thing I want to add with regard to message to Prime Minister Modi, I think beyond what she said, I just want to again emphasize that we, Indian American community, are really excited about Modi's visit to US. It's a great honor. It's a state visit to the US. It has been very selective heads of different governments have been invited for this prestigious diplomatic honor. And I think we're really proud about that. And we are also proud of the fact that India under Modi is making tremendous progress in almost all spheres of life. And I think we are looking forward to Modi's leadership for making India a superpower. And we'll be all excited as an Indian American community for that. And I think his contribution, all-around contribution, is tremendous. And I think also, being a Kashmiri, I can't miss the major point, which is that we are extremely grateful to Modi for abrogation of Article 370 and 35A in Kashmir. It has been a very transformative decision for Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir has started a new era away from darkness. But having said that, the fact still remains that the problem of Kashmiri Hindus is still unresolved. And after the historic abrogation of Article 370 and 35A, there has not been much progress with regard to resolving the problems of Kashmiri Hindus. They still are refugees in their own country. They still cannot go back to Kashmir. And in Kashmir, we still have Kashmiri Hindus being hounded and killed almost every month or so by the terrorists. These are the hard facts about Kashmir as well. So my appeal to Prime Minister Modi would be that he can do it. I think he has a track record of attacking the most
difficult,
challenging tasks, I would say that. And I think we're really looking forward to that. And I think the way probably would be for Prime Minister Modi to have some kind of dialogue, conversation with the Kashmiri community to know what they really want, Kashmiri Hindus, and more importantly to kind of come up with a package for safe and secure return of Kashmiri Pandits to the valley. And importantly, I must mention that we have brave Kashmiri Hindus who are living in Kashmir even now today. They stayed back when others left, and they have a lot of day-to-day problems which the governor of the state is not being able to adequately address. We have the problems about Kashmiri Hindu employees who are being targeted in Kashmir. So these are the real problems on the ground. So we are really appealing to Prime Minister Modi and the Home Minister that this needs serious discussion, serious decision making, serious deliberations, and ignoring this minority Kashmiri Hindus who, by the way, have been the cradle of Indian civilization, is something that India wouldn't want to do. And I think if India has to be proud of a vibrant democracy, if India has to evolve into a superpower worthy to be imitated, India would have to have a role and an important decision making about how to resettle the persecuted minority called Kashmiri Hindus, how to resettle the Kashmiri Hindu community which has undergone genocide, how to recognize that. Currently, we don't even have recognition about genocide of Kashmiri Hindus. So I think all of these issues are on the table. I think they need to be addressed. Even the murderers and rapists are still free by and large in Kashmir. So I think I'm very confident that with the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, these problems would be addressed, and we look forward for any cooperation that we can have, and we really look forward for a proud Modi governing a proud India, and I would say a proud Super Bowl. Thank you.
Dr. Saab, on a lighter note, do you think that this G20 thing happened, right? They invited so many people there in Kashmir. Will it help a little bit, or it was just...
No, I think it was very important. It was symbolically important. The optics was very good, because one of the things like what happens in US and other countries, we have anti-India lobbies, we have Islamic organizations, we have Pakistan-supported think tanks who have been spreading this manufactured narrative, a false narrative that Kashmir is somehow boiling and people are being tortured and people cannot go out of their homes and somehow human rights violations are happening. All of this kind of fabricated narrative has been built, which unfortunately some sections of media have also supported that, they have kind of talked about that, which is obviously, we all know it's not true. So I think in that sense it was very important, a very shrewd move on the part of Government of India to have this G20 in Kashmir so that people from across the world can come and see for themselves that they can go anywhere, they can talk to anybody, press can have freedom. In fact, press always is critical. They should be. Prime Minister Modi is being called all names in India, and that's part of democracy. So I think it was important for the world to know. And more importantly, world was really, many of the delegates, I heard their interviews, they were really fascinated by the beauty of Kashmir. And more importantly, fascinated by the fact that Kashmir is a normal place like anywhere else. And this manufactured kind of stories that they are being fed in the Western media, they are not truly true at all. So I think in that sense, it was a great move to have G20 in Srinagar, Kashmir. Yeah.
So it did help it out, right?
Absolutely, yes.
It did.
Yeah. It was a very good move. Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
And on a lighter note, this is Manan Rahul signing off with, guys, I was by myself and we were just ran into these people and I have Hemant Bhai Patel, please. So he just helped me out with all camera recordings and everything. So here is the Hemant Bhai Patel. He is the husband of Kavita Vyas. Do you have to say anything?
Yes. We are really excited about Modi's visit to US, and it's a fantastic opportunity to be in the US, and there is a lot of enthusiasm around in the crowd. Indian community is really excited that Modi is coming and visiting USA and to make India and US friendship very strong, and solidarity, and that the world can become a better place, and let be a peace all over the world. And it's the great leaders. These are two great leaders in the world. That and of course the biggest democracy in the world. So these two leaders can play a major role in bringing down the stability, the peace, the trade, economy, all in the. It will fall in place. Yeah. So these leaders are really key players to bring about all things in the right place.
And thank you, viewers and listeners. He is Hemant Patel. He volunteered for me for the camera handling thing, and that is why we are just watching this interview. Thank you so much, Hemantji. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Thank you.